Hello everyone, I'm the YouTube nobody, Just Jargon, and welcome to the much needed expose of Mumkey Jones. Here, I think I need to look the part before we get going. There we go. Anyway, almost 4 years ago, the supreme gentleman known as Elliot Rodger tragically died amidst his attempt to untwist the world we live in by ridding it of as many of the abhorrent women and the men they corrupt with their devious sexualities. After massacring 6 individuals in his hometown of Isla Vista, California, Elliot Rodger was shot by police in his heroic attempt to run down more of the Earth's scum. Haha, boy, I hope someone got fired for that blunder. This caused his car to veer off the road and for him to take his own life by means of a gunshot to the head and forever be immortalized as not just a hero, but an hero. With his good name becoming unjustly synonymous with hate, pain, and sexism by the masses, many Elliot Rodger fans are left to ponder the barren future for Elliot's cause as his name fades further into obscurity. However, after hours of investigation into the matter, I have determined that not only is the crusade to purge the world of the female presence still alive and well, but Elliot Rodger himself is too. At the time of this script, he is a YouTuber with several channels, the first of which, going by the name Mumkey Jones, has over 200,000 subscribers. This channel primarily reviews Japanese animes such as Incels, Cory in the House, and Two Broke Girls, while also specializing in various skits and shit. Despite most of his popular videos being associated with Diary of a Wimpy Kid, it didn't take me long before I discovered the ever-plentiful Elliot Rodger content. This was the first telltale sign into his true identity. When looking at a person such as Elliot Rodger, it becomes apparent that the majority of his videos on his channel were focused entirely on himself, and justifiably so. This combined with Elliot's avid internet use makes it clear that if he were still alive, he could have popped up with a new channel and retained his self-centered attitude. His massive sub count would also be indicative of the fact that many others have stumbled on this conclusion as well. It's not like there's any other reason people would watch this shit, right? But you might be saying, but Jargon, Elliot Rodger is dead. And to that I say there are many workarounds. The public never saw his body after the crash, and it's likely when considering Elliot's intellectual prowess and sophisticated demeanor that Elliot's body was cryogenically preserved while his brain could undergo reconstruction and he could inevitably be brought back to life. This is both for the sake of him and his cause. It could even be asserted that someone with the foresight to write a book-length manifesto and create a farewell video ahead of time could have also organized a team to retrieve and revive his body. And I'm convinced that this is what happened. However, despite his wit, even Elliot couldn't have predicted the ramifications of being resurrected from his current state. It's likely that the gunshot to the head damaged his hippocampus, leading to extensive long-term memory loss. This, combined with Elliot's crimes, made it necessary for his team to hide him in plain sight. This was done by performing facial reconstruction and psychotherapy to ease him into a new life where he could be safe from the law and carefully continue his cause. All while never telling him his true identity for his own protection. This is supported by the fact that his new YouTube channel is only 2 years old at this time, as the 2-year gap between his death and his channel's creation makes sense when considering the extent of bringing someone back to life. Everyone around him is actually a deep cover actor and follower that Elliot put in charge of his life to steer him towards the advancement of his cause. However, due to Elliot's and the cause's hatred of women, people such as his grandmother were instead replaced with synthetic humans. In the case of his grandmother specifically, this can be seen by her unmistakably robotic movements and state of being. Mumkey, or should I say Elliot, however, is subconsciously aware of his true identity, which leads him to an innate fascination and connection with his true self. Subconscious feelings such as these are supported by many of the psychodynamic theories proposed by Sigmund Freud, who asserts they're indicative of a hidden urge. For Elliot, this is his hidden urge to reclaim his true identity. It's also apparent when considering Mumkey's interest in religion, as his subconscious mind is attempting to comprehend its own resurrection and debunk theories that contradict with it, thus beginning his series of videos asserting that the Bible isn't canon. It's also safe to say that since the bullet passed through his hippocampus, there's no sensible trajectory in which it would have also passed through his frontal lobe, which controls decision-making. This is pertinent in the case of Elliot Rodger considering his actions. The implication being that Mumkey would act similar to Elliot since that part of his brain was never damaged during his death. Let's just watch one of his videos and see if he displays any common behaviors as Elliot. Okay, let's pick this one. I'm not even 3 seconds in this video and I already proved my point. It should also be said that not only did his decisions match, but even his interests align perfectly with that of Elliot. Both are avid connoisseurs of video games and writing about shooters. Mumkey even went as far as to publish a book based on Elliot Rodger's life stylized as one of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books.
And somebody commented saying someone should redo Elliot Rodger's manifesto in the same style. And I thought to myself, yeah, someone should do that. And then I thought, wait a second. I should do that! And now here it is! Diary of a Supreme Gentleman is a condensed comedic retelling of Elliot Rodger's twisted manifesto, completely in the style of Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
If this doesn't demonstrate true narcissism, I don't know what does! There are even subtleties within his videos about the topics he chooses that give away his secret. For instance, his efforts to prove that Greg Heffley from Diary of a Wimpy Kid is a sociopath could be due to a need to relate to Greg on a subconscious level because of his love for the books. His Pokemon playthroughs could also symbolize his obsession with evolution, inversely mirroring his physical transformation from the Supreme Gentleman to the Mumkey. His need to continue to wear said mask is derived from his struggles with identity and dysphoria when confronting his new face. And the fact that a monkey mask was chosen to cover it is symbolic of his choice to embrace the animalistic part of the human psyche. It's the part of the mind that allowed him to commit his crimes, and the only part he can still identify himself with after the transformation. He also says it's because he's ugly. Although honestly, I don't know why he feels so uncomfortable with his new face, because I think he looks as hot as he did before. Except with a little cream mixed into his latte, if you get my drift. This change was due to Elliot's self-hatred for his Asian ancestry, so he instructed his team to remove it for him. But despite this and his unrivaled sexual charm, Elliot still doesn't look the way he wants. Not to mention they messed up and apparently caused some scarring. He reveals this himself.
And what that has led to is just a massive scarring on mostly my cheeks, but also a bit of my forehead, where for a long time my face was just one big scar.
Haha, boy, I hope someone got fired for that blunder. But if that wasn't enough, the Mumkey lore confirms that he has repressed memories from his days of being sexually abused by Uncle Alex, leading to him developing an insane conspiracy theory as means of coping.
Listen to me, because you need to understand this. What that man did to you was wrong. It was very, very wrong. And he's brainwashed you into thinking that it was okay. And there's some part of you that knows that this is wrong, but it's like your personality is split into two. One day, you're giving a serious review over Elliot Rodger, the next day you fucking think it's some kind of Obama conspiracy. You're just so confused and angry and desperately want to make sense of a world that for you just doesn't make sense. And this Mumkey shit, it's only making it worse. This has to stop. I just want Jimmy back.
When asking Alex why he committed these crimes, Alex simply says,
"Because I could."
But little does Mumkey know that this was actually a cleverly worded message that hints at the truth. If you rearrange these letters, you can spell out Eliab O. Claudek, which sounds very similar to Elliot O. Rodger. In actuality, Uncle Alex only did these actions in order to conceal Mumkey's true identity by purposely triggering insane delusions due to Eliab being too close to figuring out the truth. He's even come so close to figuring it out on his own that I genuinely ask myself how a person as intelligent and as crafty as Eliab O. Claudek isn't able to realize this. You can even see these Freudian slips in his videos now again.
When you told me I was wearing a mask, it triggered these memories. And suddenly, I remembered who I really was and all the bad things that happened to me. And I guess I just blacked out.
Everything fits! Why else would Biggs delete his channel? Why would the PC kick him? They knew! It's all real! Real! By this point, I was being driven insane. I had all the clues in place, but I needed to know for sure. I had to speak with him myself. I had to trigger his lost memories and untwist the most intelligent and sexually appealing man I'd ever met, even if it cost me $5 whole. So I finally managed to do it. I got an interview with Mumkey Jones, aka Elliot Rodger, on recording, proving that I was correct in my theories.
Yes, I now see that I am Elliot Rodger. Thank you for showing me the truth, you beautifully rippling, non-pseudo-intellectual. I can confirm that you make quality content, and am totally not saying this because you paid.
As you can see, the evidence is irrefutable. Mumkey is Eliab, and the world shall know. Though now Eliab will eventually be arrested in the months that follow as the official investigation begins, I have a workaround that will enable Eliab to continue his career. Eliab, I now speak directly to you. You once stated in your videos that you sought to pass your wisdom on to others.
Here's my dream. My dream is that one day I will meet your level of popularity, and then I too can find some low subscriber autistic faggot like myself to nurture and to send shit in the mail to, and it'll be like a continuous cycle of autistic mentors and mentees.
Eliab, if you will allow me, I will be your faggot. When the police eventually come knocking and are forced to take you away unjustly, I will run your channel for you, and you can send me packages from prison. I'll only take 70%, and since your living expenses will be cut down to virtually zero, this is a huge bar.
We've all got some version of Mumkey inside us. It's the id and the ego. It's Jekyll and Hyde. It's Yugi and the Pharaoh. It's Jimmy and...
You're not gonna get away this time. Jargon. Please consider my request and continue to go boldly on your mission to reform humanity into what it needs to be, even if you're stuck in a cell while doing it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be outside convincing the public of this since I'm a YouTube nobody and no one will watch this video. See you later!
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to Just Jargon, faggot. $5 well spent.